今日の曜日、it's Today is October 12th, 2024, here in Pacifica, California, 12 miles south of San Francisco, 57 to 66, that's 14 to 18 degrees Celsius. It's been exactly about 30 days since this fella came and kind of wiped out most of my boys and girls. But, however, I had these tubs. All these tubs contained eggs and probably like 2-day-old or 3-day-old fries. So these tubs were not touched just because I don't think they were able to even see them. And so today is the day I decided to consolidate them in a container so that I could put them in this fortress over here that I had kind of put together last minute just because I don't have any space anymore. And right now, I think this is like 30 days outdoors. Most of these are probably 30 days old. Some are probably only 20 just because they were eggs. But you'll see a lot of sizes. Like that one over there right in the middle right there, the red cliff. It's breeding size already. But then all the rest are kind of like where they should be if they are kept outdoors. And the climate has been pretty warm over here in Pacifica, California for the last week. And they kind of exploded in a way. So this is just like a documentation of what they can look like in 30 days if they are kept outdoors. And again, I am glad that I have like a little batch over here that I am going to keep outdoors. And hopefully this rig that I kind of put together real quick just for one tub is going to prevent them from getting to them, because at this size they'll definitely find them. And man, knock on wood, they have not been back. So I don't know what the deal is after like 7 years. They came out of nowhere, and so I don't know. It's just like, I know they'll be back. So during the winter, again, the idea is to concrete this area and put a chain link fence so I could put a bunch of tubs so I could enjoy the Medaka fever outdoors again. But for now, I'm just going to have this one tub over here in this fashion. And as I put these boys and girls in here, I'll just show you what my plan is with all this other random crates and all that. So, but it's pretty impressive how big they got in 30 days or less. I live in a cooler temperature, but if you are in Hawaii, if you're in SoCal, I'm sure that this is something that you see on a yearly basis. But like for me, like just the power of the sun, man, it really does the body good for these babies. And it's just kind of a shame that I have most of mine indoors, but just trying to enjoy them as much as I can in the environment that I live in, and all that. So we'll see what next season is going to bring. But for me, at least I'll have some of these babies outside. I've kept Medakas outdoors all my life, I guess, or especially the past 4 or 5 years when I really got back into it. And but these two lineages, the Red Cliff and the Midnight Frill, I never kept outdoors just because they were so weak. They are the newer breeds. They've been pampered with in Japan, meaning kept indoors in a heated environment, maintained 24/7, and they are weak. They're very delicate compared to what I have grown up with. Just the Miyukis and the Yokihi. They're like bulletproof, man. But these babies, if you don't leave them in a certain temperature, their fins don't grow. They're wide fins. The longevity of them, they just do not do well in cooler temps. But what I want to do is basically be able to have them adapt to my Pacifica temperature. And I was really bummed when the visitors came and took most of my, I don't want to call them top shelf, but the ones that I selected. But this is what I have left that I'm going to keep outdoors. And it's good times. But by the way, I just got back from Ginji. Ginji is a Japanese restaurant. They've been around for 14 years now. I remember going there 14 years ago, and I became buddies with the owner. Fantastic place, San Mateo, Ginji, Izakaya Ginji. He hooks me up all the time, but let me just take a real quick sip. Oh boy. So, today's really like a documentation process for me, a video so that I could like look back to see like outdoors with this temp in 1 month, 30 days or 20 days, how big can they become, I guess. And again, they were all in here until now. No water changes. I've been adding water as it evaporates, but I don't really know how many were in there. But this is what I have. I have probably like 40 plus in here. I just counted like 30 minutes ago. So these have been floating in here. So temperature wise, they're acclimated. The water in here is pretty much 90% the water that's in there now. So I'm just going to toss these babies in here, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes with this system over here, with the barrier, the fortress, the pad. And so, all right, enough of me. Last night got too long. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But the best beer of the day is the one that I am having with you, Fireharp Son, and H Son, Nico Fish Son, Mr. _ Andy _ Yo Son, Lauren Marshall Son, and yeah, Domarigoto. Nicole Urza, yeah. All right, so the raffle is coming up. So, a couple questions that I keep on getting because I don't know how to to explain things well. So how do I become how can I? So basically, I'm going to be raffling this food out. It's for Halloween, some treats for your babies. And the criteria is you got to be a member. And then like, how do you become a Medaka Head member? It's basically on YouTube, right next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. And once you hit the join button, you will see two different levels per se. And before I get to explaining what the different levels are, there's only two. But so you can't do it with your smartphone. For some reason, there is the join button just doesn't appear. So if you have a computer, you got to go on your browser. You go to YouTube, look for my channel, and then hit the join button and subscribe that way. If you only have a smartphone, you got to open up your browser on your smartphone and actually go www.youtube.com and then go to my channel per se, and then you'll see the join button. And once you hit the join button, it'll give you two different options. One option is basically become a certified frickin' Medaka Head. And send me your address. I will send you the ugly sticker that I have. And on top of that, when I do raffles, you'll get a ticket automatically. The second tier is it's basically me thanking you for the beers, meaning the best beer of the day is you, all you second tier beer donors, I guess. And when we do have these raffles, you get 2 tickets. So you kind of double the chance of being selected per se. But that being said, man, I have bad luck. Like bingo or not, any type of raffle, I've never won anything in my life. So personally, I think it's not about like how many tickets you have in there. If you have that luck, you just get it. So, but I guess it's my way of trying to differentiate the 2 tiers to make it worth it for all you Medaka heads out there. So again, the next one is this. This is a brand that I used religiously for years and years and years. Hikari, they make great stuff. And this is Hikari Complete, 40% protein. There's 12% fat. It's good when they're growing. I've used that for years, by the way, before I switched to Gex. But I have like food. I use a lot of food, random food. So, oh boy, that was good. All right. So, domo arigato, Fox Sake-san, Lindsay's Tank-san, Nina Franklin-san, Rocky's Garage-san, Jen Nolta-san, Christian Aquino-san, Mr. Golden Arms-san, Niels Hansen-san. I think I need to send you a sticker still. Local buddy, Mr. Ten-san, Cameron Kilmer-san, Ichthys, I have a hard time pronouncing. Ichthys Aquatic-san, and the newest member, Les DL-san. Man, yeah, your messages, man, you get right to the point, unlike me. A lot of things basically everything that you wrote is basically, I cannot say it better, but you get the feeling, and that's the type of feeling that I get, and that's what nature provides me with. So, domo arigato, very mucho gracias, man. So, enough of me. Let me throw these babies in here. They will live out here for the winter. I can't wait to see how they develop outdoors, number one. Number two, I want to see if they're going to survive outdoors. And we'll see them in spring again. But like this one over here is turning out pretty well. This one's a male. The rest, they haven't colored up yet, so we'll see. All right, let me take a real quick sip. And by the way, after this raffle, this month, I think I'll do it next week. So if you become a member by next week, I'll make sure that you have a drawing for this. And then after that, it'll be not this used one, but brand spanking new container. After that, it'll probably be the Bay Area Medaka t-shirt, unless I come up with something else. So, all right. Let me see if I could do it with one hand. Basically, this is a tub. I put the water here a week ago. By the way, I think I kept on saying like 2026 or 2027 Gibson Zach Wild guitar yesterday. But I was out of my mind. It's not 26 or 27. I was thinking 2006 or 2007 model. So it's almost 20 years old. Man, time flies. So it's just, I had this water. I put this water in here like last week. And then I just threw some water for hyacinths that was floating around. I have my usual go-to lava rock. I just put it in a container that I get from Daiso for very cheap, like $2. The question I guess, why do you use lava rock? Well, lava rock has a lot of pores. There's a lot of surface area. What does that do? So surface area, the more surface area you have, it provides more area for beneficial bacteria to grow. So what is beneficial bacteria? Well, and it basically aids in keeping the water stable once the bacteria is established. So, and ram's horn snails, they're in there. They're the cleanup crew. They eat all the leftover food that the Medakas do not eat. At the same time, they clean the tubs, so it's like a symbiotic relationship that they have, in my opinion, with these babies over here. And I just can't believe that those eggs and those fry, just they're still here outdoors. I was so bummed when the visitors came, man, and I think some of you, a lot of you out there that's kept a lineage for years and years and years, trying to kind of perfect the lineage. It takes time, right? It takes years, and then out of the blue, it's kind of like, well, they're gone, and it sucks. Miyukis are everywhere now, but that being said, every Miyuki lineage is different, and that's one lineage that kind of sparked my whole Medaka adventure recently, maybe like 6 years ago. And finally the lineage was coming, and bam, it's gone. So, oh well. But yeah, new ventures begin every day. So, like I was told, Les Dielson, you don't live in the past. You don't live too much in the future, but you live today. And you live for today in a way, right? So, I thought that was something that, it really hit me, actually. So let me just put these babies in here. Again, I don't have to acclimate them anymore because they've been actually floating in here before I started recording. Just to record, I pulled them out so that I could kind of show them. But they're going in here. And they'll spend winter out here, outdoors. All right, bye, babies. Come on. All right, your new pad. Your new pad. It's always the first 30 minutes, I guess, where you're is making sure that they're not flipping out in some weird way, and you do your due diligence, I guess, to make sure that they're slowly acclimated, and at this point, you're kind of like, yeah, that they're okay with this water, but you just want to see them swimming around happily. When you start seeing them just kind of chasing each other or kind of looking for food, you're like, all right, man, this is friggin' awesome. All right, so this is how all right, this is what sorry, I had to move the beer around, but this is how it's going to look during the day. Actually, during daylight, it's going to be like this because the raccoons are not going to come during the daytime, I don't think. So when nighttime comes, so I got these on Amazon. It's just a hook, right? A bungee hook that's going to be on the actual tub itself. I can't do it with one hand, but there's going to be a bungee cord there. And then I'm going to have 2 crates, like so. I'm going to have this bungee cord connected here, and I'm going to have another bungee cord that's connected to the tub on the other side, and I'm going to connect it to this one. So this is just going to be just stuck on here. That's the whole idea. Unless the raccoons just decides to flip these or eat these off. And then even after that, they're going to have to lift this off. So here's the fortress at its glory. That's what it's going to look like. And for this, I just have the same bungee cord kind of tied here. So they're not going to be able to really get in, I don't think. And on top of this, if I want to, I could put this on top of this to even deter them from wanting to, or it'll make a lot of noise, right, basically. So hopefully the noise will kind of at least alert me or get them irritated enough to say, hey man, this is like a can't touch this kind of situation scenario. Again, this is just for right now. Hopefully I'll get a chain link kind of enclosure going on next season, so I could have like more than just one tub secured in here. So this looks pretty I don't know, pretty ridiculous, but gotta do what you gotta do. That's how I look at it. I'm just having fun at the same time. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. By the way, when I put this down over here, it's actually going to have these clips holding this grid down before these things end up on top of it. So we'll have to see. If they get through that, man, they win, man. I respect them completely. How clever they are, man. It's just insane. They deserve it, actually, if they're able to remove all that and get through that. So, but we'll see. Hopefully these babies will be safe. And at this size, except for the tiny ones, like the ones that, see that white one over there? That one, I don't think will make it through the winter unless it gets bigger. Unless it gets to about this size. Once it reaches this size, I'm not worried. But anything smaller than this, when the temperature really drops, it's coming in about 3 weeks. This tiny one may not make it during the winter, or if it does in spring, it's going to be so stunned, meaning that like those two over there, when they were supposed to grow, they couldn't because the temperature dropped. And what's going to happen is they are forever going to be these tiny little babies size-wise, and they're never going to mature. So right now is the time where you want to really make sure that you get them to this size at least. And what is this size? This is like 2/3 of an inch. At this size, they'll be fine. They'll make it through the winter. If, again, I don't know how strong this lineage is, but assuming that the lineage can handle the truth of the fourth season, this should be okay. So, again, I'll learn a lot during this winter, or in spring I'll learn a lot to see how these two lineages are, how they perform outdoors. And they should be, if they're all good and healthy by spring, they should be, popping eggs, reproducing. So that's why spring is like Christmas. It's like you open up the hatch and you just you open the lid up and you're like, wow. Because during winter, you don't do anything, right? You don't feed them. They're just on the bottom. You just don't touch them. You just let them be. And that's like the beauty of Medakas. And I am glad that I could experience the spring of 2025 again, because I have this little batch over here that survived, made it through just because they were so small, untouched. So, all right. I don't even know what I'm talking about again, but I thought I would document this. And 4 weeks, man, some of them got really big. And we'll see if this fortress can handle the raccoons if they choose to come back again. So, all right. So the raffle's coming up. If you're interested, the way you get entered into the raffle is to join. Basically, that's it. 2 tiers. First tier, 1 ticket. Second tier, 2 tickets. Kind of doubles the chance. So I don't have a lot of members, so the odds of you getting picked, if you are a member, it's still pretty high. And whatever I could find, I'll try to keep things interesting, and it'll be predominantly things that you basically can't get here in the USA, I guess. So, all right, we'll do it again next time. Domo arigato. Outs. MedakaMetal outs. MedakaMetal. At MedakaMetal on Instagram. If you want to DM me, if you have any questions, hit me up. Leave comments, and I will respond to every single one of them, guaranteed. So, domo arigato. Thank you. Oh boy. Oh yeah, Halloween is coming. Pretty wicked. All right, outs.